Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Star Citizen 3.23. Tonight we're going to take a look at getting from your apartment in Area 18 to the airport and getting your ship. I know for those of you that are new to the game, this part can be a little bit confusing because you're in a city, you get lost, people get frustrated, and so I'm going to teach you how to do that. So right now, when you start the game, you're going to be laying in bed looking out your window in Area 18. You can see over to the right, when I look this way, there's a little blue get up, F, above the fire extinguisher. If I press F, my guy will stand up. You can also hold down the Y button, and he'll get up. Either way, doesn't matter. This is what's called a hab. Whenever you start the game, you're in a hab. So wherever the last place is that you landed, this is where you'll end up starting. Or if you die, you'll go back to your home base hab or hospital. So, in this case, we've assumed that you've picked your house, and that is Area 18. You've decided that that's going to be your home planet. That's on ArcCorp. And so I'm going to show you how to get out of here and get to your ship. So here we go. We're going to come to the door, and you see it says press F to open. So you can click F. There's two things you can do. You can either click F, and that will open the door. Or if you want to get fancy about it, we'll let the door close again. You can hold down F and you can move your mouse around and actually click on the open panel. It's a little bit slower, but as you get into the game, and even here when we get to the elevators, you're going to see right away that as you go down the elevator, you're going to need to use the F click because you have to pick what floor you want to go to. So we're going to follow the exit sign here. Usually just follow the exit signs when you're upstairs, and it'll take you to an elevator because we're on the 3rd floor. I'm pressing F to call the elevator, and it's called. I'm hoping we'll get on the elevator by ourselves. There's a million people here right now because it's Invictus Week. But anyway, so now we get to our little panel here on the elevator, and I'm going to hold down the F button, and I want to go down to the ground floor because I want to exit. Now you'll notice there's a doors button underneath. If you happen to be busy and you make a mistake and you don't get to the doors before they close. We'll watch that happen. You'll see that little doors thing light up. There you go. You can always click on that and reopen the doors on the floor that you're at. Here we are. We are now downstairs in the lobby of the hab called Adrena Falls. This is the only one that's here, or Adira Falls. And we're going to walk out of the building into our first view of Area 18. And man, is that not something pretty overwhelming and huge? But to get to the spaceport, it's fairly easy. We're going to turn right, and we're going to run this way, or walk this way. And we're going to go through this corridor. And there's a little bit of a corridor here. You can see there's some construction and some other stuff. And we're going to come into this plaza with the big ball in the center. And TDD is going to be straight across from us in here. There's all kinds of stuff. This is the retail plaza. You're going to make a right turn and go through this like weird waterfall-like thing. And we're going to get to the end of this little corridor here, and we're going to follow left. So we're not going to go to the food court or the hospital, and we're not going to go straight. We're going to go left here. And see where it says transit platform? That's where we want to go. So we're going to turn into this building, and we're going to go ahead and outrun to keep it going. And down here at the bottom of the steps, we can either go to the convention center, which is where Invictus is, or we can take a tram to Riker Memorial Spaceport. We're going to run back over here and go to the platform. And here is the spaceport tram, and you can see there's already a group of people waiting to get on the tram to go to the airport. These are probably all other players. It's pretty neat that you can see each other. That nobody has their helmets on. I don't know why. And we have 14 seconds to wait until the tram arrives. So we're just going to hang out here until it gets here. And so the tram has arrived, and we're going to go ahead and hop on here. And so this guy got on too. And we're just going to hang out. And you can see other trams leaving, and basically we're just going to ride this to the spaceport. So I will see you once we get to the spaceport. It's about a 30 or 40 second ride. There we go. Wow, it's really choppy today. There we go. Oh, and by the way, if you're careful, you can fly ships around the city. You just can't go too low because it'll flag you for being in a restricted zone. But I've even flown along that, like when we get here, and go along this freeway here, you'll see in a second. I've actually been able to fly my ship down under these stanchions there. And through this, the only problem is they start to flag you, and if you don't get back out, they will end up impounding your ship, and you'll get a fine. So just be careful. But we're already almost there. That's the tower up above us. It has a big blue light flashing on top. That tells you where the spaceport is when you're flying in. It's not very helpful, and it's kind of hard to find. This one's probably the hardest city to fly into. Because this or Orson, they're both tough to find the airport. Or spaceport. So we've arrived at the spaceport, and we're getting out of the tram, and we're just going to go up these steps here in the center. And you're going to turn to the right, and just follow the corridor. There's a winding corridor that we have to walk through. This is true of most spaceports. They don't, unless you're on a space station, these ports all have like all these things you got to go through. This is the main plaza here, but there's nothing in here for you. So you're going to go through here to where it says hangars. There's obviously some kind of gunfight going on up here. Okay. And we're just going to go past this, and we're going to turn right into here. You could have actually turned right up there too, but I didn't want to die. But these guys are where we need to be, so that's great. Obviously somebody's in here that's a criminal, and they're going to kill that person, so very odd. Okay. We'll ignore that. Let's go up here to the machine. This is our fleet manager. And in fact, let's go to a quieter one. There's actually one back here in the corner where it's a little quieter. And you're going to press F to get into the screen. By the way, welcome to Star Citizen. If you're not used to buggy games, we're about to go in. This isn't working. Here we go. All right, so the first time that you get to your ship, you're going to notice something weird. Like, as you play the game, it's going to be retrieve. But the first time you do it, and this was to help the servers for some reason, this helps the servers, like, take the load of people that are coming in. Instead of getting the ship the first time, it goes to deliver mode. Once you do this, it'll never do this again. But you have to say request delivery. And the ship will come in. And then... So now when I go to my hull A, there it is. It's now, instead of saying deliver, it says retrieve. Now I'm going to retrieve it. You only have to do that once. From this point forward, it'll be retrieve. Or claim if you've crashed it. It says hangar 2. So we're going to have to go to hangar 2. Any of these elevators will do. Once again, if you're out here, you're going to go to the elevator too. But you can go to these elevators. Any elevator will do, because they all go to the hangars. So I'm going to press F to call the elevator. Let that continue, I guess. And holding down F, I'm going to select hangar 2. And that'll close the door. And off we go. Unique. One thing that I do want you to notice, you'll see here that blue tick that says hangar 2. So if you forget what hangar you're in, whoops, there's where the doors come in. You can always look and see what hangar it's in by looking at the tick. And so here is your ship. You have successfully navigated into the ship. And we're going to go up here and you're going to click the button and it'll open the door. Elevator will come down. Now, some ships you just get into, some ships you have to climb into and walk through. This happens to be one of the larger ships, and we'll go over that in our flight demo in the next video. But we're going to go ahead and open this. And voila, you've safely made it into your cockpit. You press F to sit down in the seat, and you are ready to fly. And that's covered in the next tutorial, how to navigate and fly your spaceship. But for tonight, that's good. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video and that it was quick enough and concise enough to help you find your ship in Area 18. Have a great night. Be sure to subscribe. Thumbs up always help, and we will see you next time. Bye.